Okay. Hi, everyone. My name is Avie. Welcome to Avie Talks. Yeah, we're still working on that name, but I'm definitely going to be using it to start off. So, I am a Caribbean content creator, entrepreneur, vocalist, or artist, we can say, and I'm a podcaster. And I'm also a blogger and a writer. So, currently, I feel like I need to air it out. Like I need to step into it because it's one thing to be doing your thing on the low, and then it's a next thing to be doing your thing and people know you that person that you think you are. Because I am living this life right now doing so much, juggling so much, and nobody really knows. They just look at me like just another person. And the thing is, I didn't come here to be just another person. Like, I know that for a fact. And if you happen to find this video, like you see this video without looking for my channel, then you definitely need to hear this. Because something that I've been learning, and currently the way that things are happening, and messages, songs, videos that I've been seeing, it just confirms what I've also been journaling on my end. That when you want better, when you want more, God, the universe, your angels, your ancestors, your brain, your spirit always leads you to the direction of better. The only thing that makes a difference is what you do when you actually in that position to do better. Are you gonna do better, or are you gonna be like, nah, you know what? Just today, just one more time. Just one more time. And that tends to happen a lot, especially when you grow up in a society where people are conditioned to believe that they can't do this, they can't get that, they can't live this life because of where you're from, or how you look, or how you sound. But the reality is, none of that shit matters. None of that matters. And it doesn't matter how much you try to gaslight yourself into, oh, they're gonna judge me, you are the only one that's judging yourself, because you don't know what's in anybody's mind. The only person's mind that you are aware of is your own. And people like to believe, or like to paint a picture where they are they are so low, like that's the worst possible version of themselves, or like ew, like cringe. Like, if you keep thinking that that's how people is going to see you, it's because what you want to do, that's how you feel about it. But don't put everybody else in your mumbo jumbo, acting like if they are the ones that's stopping you from being who you want to be. If you want to be that person, you would be that person regardless of what people think. You would have no cringe. And this is what this is all about for me. For years, I've stopped myself from putting myself out there and really going all out and going all in, because I always felt like, oh, you're not ready yet. Oh, look at your skin. Oh, where you're from. Oh, look at your hair. Oh, look at it. Look at that. Look at your size, you know? And it is now at a point where there is nothing that I can look at myself and say, oh, look at this. There isn't anything. And when I really stop for a second and realize, but you still feel like people are going to judge you and laugh at you. So it was never anything to do with your external, it was what was in here. And when I found that monster in here, everything became so much clearer. It was like, what are you really scared of? I'm scared of embarrassment, scared of failing, scared of people laughing. But it's not from the thing, it's just from me being seen, from me being heard. And I think a lot of people are scared to be seen for who they really are, and heard for how they really want people to hear them. Like, I think people are scared of that. I don't know where it started. But, and I can't promise I am going to end it. But for my bloodline, my generation, I am going to be a full stop. I choose to be a full stop. It's not going to continue with me. It's going to stop. Not being scared of being seen. A lot of people don't know that this is what their issue is. And I feel like even if we get little hints, you know, we'd wake up today and we say, I don't like this 9 to 5. I don't want this. I don't want to be here. So your brain knows, okay, you don't like this. You want more. You want better for yourself. But are you really going to do and try to get better? The only how to know is when the opportunity comes, are you taking it or are you putting it aside? If you can look back at all the possible times where if you had done something differently, you would have been in a different position. How many times have you set yourself up? Like, how many times have you been the reason for you not being where you want to be right now? I guarantee you, you would probably get about more than 5 times. And the list might go on. The more you go back, you will start thinking about times. And some people are going to make this another time that they add to their list. But there are some people who, like me, wants to also be full stops, wants to also end the generational mumbo jumbo. I only say mumbo jumbo because I don't want to say mess and nonsense too much. But we are the cause of our own pain. And we'll continue to be that if we don't identify why we are causing ourselves pain. When you know the why you are doing something and you start to figure out, okay, well, it's not so bad. I can think about a way to fix this. And if I can fix this, then I wouldn't have to hurt myself. And before you know it, that thing that was stopping you before no longer exists. Before you know it, you're living a completely different life. Before you know it, you're so far in that it makes no sense to go back because you're already out. The only thing that people is going to see is, oh, another failed project. If you go back, yes. But I think if people see that I've always been trying and they haven't judged me, they haven't laughed at me, they haven't stopped, they maybe just don't click as much, they maybe don't support as much, but they're watching. They're watching. You always have people watching, people who are unknowingly cheering you on, and there are people who want you to fail. There are people who are laughing, yes. But the more people that are watching should signal in your brain, hey, this is not just me anymore. I took a step and I decided that I want to show what I can do. I want to step into the light. Whether people laugh or whether people support, I already did this. Nothing happened. I didn't die. Nothing happened. So maybe I should try taking a next step. And then you take a next step. It gets a little cold. You realize more eyes on you. But you ain't going to die. You take a next step and a couple other steps again. And before you even realize, all you have to do now is turn that knob. Because you have the key to the door you was trying to open. And you didn't die. You're doing just fine. And the same people who are watching, it's them and hundreds of thousands others more. And these are the things that people don't tell us where we are from here in the Caribbean, because we are the ones who are eating the food that only if you're in America, if you're in the UK, that's the only how you're gonna be able to make it in this life. That's how you know you've made it. If you're a superstar, a celebrity, whatever. But what about the people on our islands that are doing things for us, doing things for the nation, providing services, making their own hair products, people who are actually out here designing their own clothes from our little island, Grenada, people who started something off of nothing. What are we going to, like, at what point are we going to realize that the only limitation is you? The only limitation is you thinking that it's not for you. Because people are showing up doing it. People are taking the steps. People are doing more. People are questioning. People are giving pushbacks. And people are showing that in the first place, it was never them. It was always me. It was always we. We just didn't believe that we could do this, or we can make it here, or this, that, or the other. It's us. We put the limitations on ourselves. And I'm not going to sit here and be like, oh, I didn't do that for myself too. Of course I did. I wouldn't be making this if I didn't put my limitations on myself. I wouldn't be here right now if I didn't do that. Maybe I would have been somewhere living a whole other different life. Maybe not entrepreneurship. Maybe not content creation. Maybe not podcasting. Maybe nothing. Maybe have somebody spending money on me. Maybe have, I don't know, it's any different life. It could have been anything other than this. But it's here because of the choices that I made. It wasn't bad choices. Neither I can say all of them were the best choices. But they were choices, which means it does not matter what you do in this life. Things will happen as they're supposed to happen. If right now you take a left foot first instead of a right foot first, that happened. Maybe you might skip and you might see something that you would not have noticed if you had done vice versa. It's always going to be something that could have and could have. So how about choose the thing that you can see yourself in the next 10 years, or matter of fact, in the next 2 years, you could sit on your chair, you can sit on a bus, you can sit in your car, on the beach, wherever, and think back, yo, you know, if I didn't do that thing, I'd never be here enjoying this moment. And I would rather you do crazy stuff and get to the point where you are telling yourself, if I didn't do that, I would have never enjoyed this, than sitting in the position in the next 2 years. If I did do that, I'd be doing X, Y, Z, and I'd be living much better. I would not be in this stressful situation. I rather you do nonsense, do whimsical things, look weird, look retarded, look like, what are you doing? Look crazy. Look like that now. So in the next 2 years, you can say, I'm glad that I did, than any other story. And I'm making this for you, but this is also for me, because there comes a time when we need to understand that we are all connected. And if I am going through this right now, there must be somebody else who's also going through this. Because I saw this girl, and I think she's in the US now, but I saw that she had Trinidad and Guyana's flag on her bio on Instagram. And she started to make content about 2-3 days ago. And her story and my story is the exact same story. It's like, we know that we have gifts, we know that we have talents, but we chose to hide them and put them in a box because we were scared of what people would think. And then you realize nobody really business about what you're doing. Like, people are gonna watch, they might judge, they might laugh, they might even support you, but you shouldn't care, because at the end of the day, what you're doing should be what you want to do. It should be you living the life that you want to live. It's quite simple. So everything happens for a reason. I worked yesterday and I slept around 5, woke up around 2. And as I'm here, walking around, I came up with the idea. I was like, you want to make content? I saw her video, and then I saw 2 other videos, and I'm like, you want to make videos, like, you want to talk, you want to have things that people can look at, not just watch. You want to be out there, so just do that. And while I'm here, and I'm like, maybe I should just start right now in this comfortable position, not make it complicated, add this thing to my life. Nobody has to know that my hair ain't done under this. Nobody has to know that I'm sitting on my couch and I'm technically in my PJs. Nobody has to know that. Although you guys know now. Actually, no, that's not the truth. Hair not done, but this is not my PJ. Nobody really has to know. So I am at that point where I'm realizing that the way to get what you want in this life is to just do it in the life that you have right now. Don't wait for a better life. Don't wait for things to get better, because you know what, things will never get better if you don't do anything that leads you to better. If you're just there waiting for better to come, better ain't never gonna show up. I guarantee you that. So I don't know who need to hear this, and if it was you, I'm really glad that you stuck to the end of the video, although we don't reach the end yet. So in the essence of coming out and showing myself in the public, I want to introduce agency, a company, a business that I've been working on for 6 years. right? I want to place emphasis on how long I've been doing this, because everything I've been doing, all of the research, all of the experiments, all of the different business ventures, everything was to get me to this one point. So the name of the company is New Life Academy, anla.gnd. It's A's New Life Academy. Here at A's New Life Academy, the focus is to help build structure, gain some clarity and insight for creatives, right? People who are creatively driven by, it could be music, art, poetry, dance, whatever it is. Those people who are not necessarily cut out to be put in boxes, but also are not the type of people that would just rebel against society. It's for the people who want better by using the resources that is given to them, that they already have, that they were born with, to get to where they need to get to in life. This industry is set in a way that people can provide things, they can sell things for you that wouldn't necessarily benefit you, because they're not giving you the groundwork to get things. And when I say this industry, I mean the content creation industry. People come on here and they sell you their life, but they don't sell you the nitty gritty, the dirty underground parts. What I mean is, it's hard. Change is hard, and being a better version of yourself is hard. It doesn't come like 1, 2, 3. You got to do certain things, you got to go through things. And with A's New Life Academy, they help you to see yourself and figure out who you really are in order to find the things that are going to work for you, to help you build a system that is suitable to your abilities, your skills, your gifts, your talents. And that helps you to figure out who you are, so that when you find out who you are, everything else that is not in alignment with who you actually are is easier to be swept away, removed, so that you can walk on the path that you're supposed to walk on, that you feel led to. I don't want to make it sound too woo-woo, people be like, oh, so what are you trying to tell me? Like, you're going to give me prayers? No. Everything starts up here. I don't want to say this is a therapy industry. It's not a therapy business. It is never that. It's to help you, but you have to be willing to help yourself as well. So picture me as a self-help mentor or guide on your journey towards getting to where you need to get to, as someone who can confidently sit here and say, I have been through it, I have gone through the work, and currently I'm at that point where all that there was lessons, trial and error, things that I've been through, things that I learned, classes I took, expenses, different investments. And then this is the end of the road here, and all I'm at is here. All I need to do now is help you, and with me helping you, then you can see for yourself how easy it is to get the life that you always wanted. You can pass this down to your children, generations to come. I'm not going to try to convince anyone that this is something that they need or that they are looking for. But what I can say is, even if you stick to and look at this journey, you look at everything that is coming together, you follow me on my journey on different pages that I have, even if you just do that, rest assured you are going to have just as much as a good impact as if you were to go follow along with Anna and do certain, specific focus coaching sessions and all of these things. I don't want to say coaching like in that type of way, but this is something that I've never really spoken about before, but it is something that I'm going to have to practice. And now, when I'm making this, I only have 35 subscribers. Pretty soon I'm going to be talking to 10,000 subscribers, and then 100,000, and then 500,000 subscribers. And the reality of that is going to hit so hard that I'm not even going to remember this moment when I didn't know what to say. It's just going to flow, and you're just going to know just by hearing the voice, seeing the face, feeling the vibe. That is the aim. And this is what I'm doing here. So once again, I want to thank you guys. Even if I didn't explain Anna properly, because I'm still working on it, still nervous, still cringe, you can check out my description. Everything that you need to know about me, what I do, is New Life Academy, even the podcast, the music, everything is going to be in the description. If you guys want to connect, you're welcome to do so. Leave your comments, ask your questions, and stay tuned for another video. Thanks for tuning into Avie Talks.